up, guys? Welcome back to the Indie Auto Vlogger YouTube channel. Now, I started making this video a couple days ago and just want to bring you guys up to speed on kind of why I haven't posted it yet and what exactly happened. And so let's jump into the car and I'll show some of the footage from what happened earlier this week and do a more in-depth kind of review of what's going on. It's nothing major. Wasn't really planning on doing a video about this. I was kind of gonna give you some updates on the channel and kind of what to expect now that we're in the 50s in temperature and going forward. So if you look here, the wife calls me the other day and says she drops her credit card down the opening in the e-brake. And I'm like, well, what the hell? How does that happen? So you can see that little gap, and of course I have completely obliterated this cover that goes over it, so I need to get a replacement. Long story short, that is not the right approach to get anything that falls down the center console or gets trapped in there in any way out. It doesn't do much, and I'll show you real quick kind of what I'm talking about. So you remove this and there's still not much room to get down in there, and that's not very useful. So what I ended up having to do was loosen and completely remove 2 bolts in the rear of the center console, and that is essentially what ties it down. And you lift it up, stick your hand in there, and you can kind of grab whatever's down there. You can also see these little caps here. Hopefully you can see that, yeah, with the sunlight, good. You just have to remove these caps on the front 2 pieces, and I'm sure a lot of people already know this, but if you remove those 2 pieces and the 2 in the back, that's how you remove the center console. Super easy, but not something. Oh, and of course you gotta unscrew the 2 shifters and remove these pieces. But other than that's all you really have to do. Long story short, it's all resolved. No more issues. Great. But yeah, so if you're ever wondering how to remove a credit card, an ID, or anything else that falls into the pit of despair is what I'm going to call it in these Jeeps, and I'm sure it's like that in other vehicles. Or if you have recommendations on a replacement for this piece that doesn't allow for any sort of gap to occur. I mean, yeah, some people have suggested like electric tape or something like that, but I don't want to do that. That's just a matter of preference. Good for you if that's what you want to do. But yeah, that's how you can remove any of that stuff. But yeah, so now let's get into the good stuff. So I'm gonna put you on the dash cam here real quick, and we're just gonna do a drive and talk while I go to the car wash and give you updates and plans for the channel and get more in depth on that now that we've already covered the unintended and unplanned removal of the card from the pit of despair. All right, we're back. What's up, guys? How's it going? Okay, so first off, I just want to start and say that I've been doing this for like a month and a half now, and I'm up to 22 subscribers, and while it's not a lot, I'm happy with it. And it just goes to show that when you start creating the content, and hopefully those watching this do appreciate and enjoy the content, I get to keep doing it. And I'm seeing that upward trend, and I don't intend to stop anytime soon, and hope to just, if anything, ramp up and start producing more reviews, more owner reviews as well. So we'll do new cars, working with a couple dealerships on that, hoping I can start getting some of their vehicles. Start to show you some more unique and modified cars by owners, and as we get into the warmer months, that's going to happen more and more, just because they're coming out of the garage, coming out of storage, what have you. I've got some really cool ones. A Ford GT that is race ready, really, will be on the channel here soon. Hopefully check out the Indie Auto Vlogger Instagram probably in the next week to get some cool images of that, and maybe a few other cars, a few enthusiast M3s, what have you. And that's kind of the direction I want to go. Yes, I want to do new vehicle reviews as well, and kind of give my feedback and input. Obviously, I've done a few of those already on my own vehicle. The Telluride, the 2021 Titan Pro 4X, which has gotten the most views for me and is almost up to 1,500 views now, which from my perspective is awesome. While it's tiny to a ton of the YouTubers out there and just the community, it's a big success to me, and it just goes to show that even the little guys can still build a channel and get the views, as long as you you know, hit some of those ranking criteria for the algorithm, and if you're pretty early to the game. So I got that one out there, and now there's several more of that same vehicle currently being reviewed. But yeah, big thank you to those that have already subscribed and are currently watching, and there's a lot more to come. So if you're new to the channel, that's the perfect opportunity to hit that subscribe button. Also, I don't know if you can see this, obviously I have like 22 subs, I've already mentioned that. This isn't like a sponsored plug or anything like that, but I just want to throw a shout out to 8080. You know, I purchased one of their hoodies. It came in the mail quickly. I love it. I plan to get more of their gear, and not to mention you get thrown into the raffles for the cool cars. So if you're not familiar, go ahead and check them out. 8080. They're based out of Utah, so of course they've got, you know, folks like the Stradman and Ben Hardy and Stefan Lewis, who is more recent to YouTube, but he works for 8080 and, you know, friends with Burlacker and Strad and all those guys. And I'm sure anyone that watches anything related to automotive content is familiar with them, because they're kind of like, you know, the great success stories in this game. So yeah, it's a pretty cool idea and concept, and other YouTubers out there are doing those raffles, but I think 8080 is pretty unique in that a lot of the gear and merchandise and everything they do, that's how they started. They're also a shop, and they make mods to these cars. So, you know, I'm currently enrolled for the Lamborghini Huracan LP 610-4, which is, you know, like the roughly 600 horsepower Huracan that's all-wheel drive, right? So that's pretty sweet. You know, they've got an STI and I think another GTR that are currently up for raffle as well. So, you know, if you get a chance, check out their website. Once again, it's not sponsored or anything of the sort. I'm not big enough to really get sponsorships. It'd be awesome. But yeah, check them out. They've got some great gear. It's pretty cool. Auto detailing, clothing, etc. So thought I'd just kind of throw that out. But yeah, as I was saying, you know, that's kind of the updates on the channel and what the plans are going forward. And hopefully you enjoyed the content on how to remove a credit card or an ID or anything else that really falls into what I'm calling the pit of despair. I know it's kind of cheesy, but whatever, having fun with it. So yeah, you know, now you've learned how to fish things out of there and just do easy access or opening of your center console. But yeah, as always, thank you for stopping by to the channel. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, or even hit a like if you like the content, and I'll see you soon.